Title: The Dollmaker's Curse. Chapter 1: The Antique Shop. The bell above the door jingled softly as Emily stepped into the quaint antique shop nestled in the heart of the city. The air was thick with the scent of old wood and dust, and shelves lined with forgotten treasures loomed in the dim light. Emily's eyes wandered, drawn to a collection of antique dolls nestled on a shelf in the corner. Each doll had a haunting beauty, their porcelain faces frozen in serene smiles. But one doll in particular caught her eye, a doll with glassy eyes that seemed to follow her every move. The shopkeeper, an elderly woman with a kind smile, noticed Emily's interest and approached. "Ah, I see you found our prized possession," she said, her voice tinged with a hint of sadness. "That doll has quite the history, you know." Intrigued, Emily listened as the shopkeeper recounted the tale of the doll. A tale of love and loss, of a dollmaker who poured his heart and soul into his creations, only to be consumed by darkness. As Emily left the shop, the doll's glassy eyes seemed to linger in her mind, its silent presence haunting her every thought. Chapter 2: The Unsettling Gift. That night, as Emily slept, she was plagued by strange dreams. Dreams of the doll, its porcelain face twisted into a grotesque grimace, its eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. She awoke with a start, her heart pounding in her chest. Shaken but determined to shake off the feeling of unease, Emily went about her day, trying to push the dreams from her mind. But no matter how hard she tried, the memory of the doll lingered, its silent presence a constant weight on her mind. And then, as if by fate, Emily received a package in the mail, a package containing the very doll from the antique shop. There was no note, no return address, only the doll staring back at her with its glassy eyes. Fear surged through Emily as she realized the doll had found its way into her home, its silent presence a constant reminder of the darkness that lurked within. Chapter 3: The Doll's Secret. Days turned into weeks, and Emily couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. Strange occurrences plagued her home, the sound of footsteps echoing in the empty halls, objects moving of their own accord, and the feeling of being watched. But it was the doll that terrified her the most. Its glassy eyes seemed to follow her every move, and she swore she could hear it whispering to her in the dead of night. And then, one night, as Emily lay awake in bed, she saw something that chilled her to the bone. The doll moved. At first, it was barely perceptible. A slight shift in its position, a twitch of its hand. But as Emily watched in horror, the doll's movements grew more pronounced, its porcelain limbs contorting in unnatural ways. With a cry of terror, Emily fled from her home, the doll's silent laughter echoing in her ears. She knew then that she had to uncover the truth behind the doll's curse, before it was too late. Chapter 4: The Curse Revealed. Desperate for answers, Emily delved into the history of the Dollmaker, a man named Elias Blackwood, whose obsession with his creations had driven him to madness. Legend had it that Blackwood had made a pact with dark forces, trading his soul for the power to bring his dolls to life. But the price of his folly was steep, and the dolls he created became vessels for the souls of the damned. Bound to the mortal realm by Blackwood's curse, they sought only to spread their torment to unsuspecting victims. Determined to break the curse, Emily sought out the Dollmaker's abandoned workshop, hidden deep in the heart of the forest. There, amidst the crumbling ruins, she found the source of the curse. A lifelike doll, its porcelain face twisted in agony, its eyes glowing with malevolent intent. With a trembling hand, Emily reached out and touched the doll, the darkness within surging forth to consume her. But as she closed her eyes and whispered a prayer, a blinding light engulfed her, banishing the darkness once and for all. As Emily emerged from the workshop, the curse broken and the Dollmaker's spirit laid to rest, she knew that she had faced true terror and emerged victorious. And as she left the forest behind, the memory of the haunted doll faded into the mists of time, a tale of horror that would be whispered for generations to come.